My name's Natasha. I'm coming to you from rural southwestern Manitoba. I'm here with my buddy Patches, who is giving me all kinds of love right now, so I guess she also wants to be on camera. I moved over here actually just a week and a half ago from BC. I moved over from Vancouver and now I am in the sticks, which is kind of amazing. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why. I moved over in part to be with my partner Steve, who has these amazing 320 acres out here. Together we share a common vision, and that is to live a more grounded, more rooted, healthier, more sustainable life. And we're going to work at accomplishing that here on this property. So we want to share some of that journey with you if you guys find it interesting or helpful in accomplishing something similar in your own lives. I'll tell you a little bit about my personal story and why this kind of a lifestyle really resonates for me. I have dealt with common symptoms of modernity, like pretty gross symptoms since I was little. So things like, I had diagnoses. I went to doctors and they gave me diagnoses like chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia and anxiety and depression and IBS. As well-meaning as doctors are, they really don't have a lot of solutions other than giving you prescriptions. And I found that those prescriptions actually made me feel worse. So I kind of gave up on that. I turned to biohacking, diet, lifestyle stuff, and that seemed to be more effective than the prescriptions. So I did a lot of things like yoga. I'm sitting on my yoga mat now. So that was really helpful. There's many supplements that were really helpful. Some of them made me worse as well. So it was a lot of trial and error, just kind of trying to navigate feeling a little more human in my body. And it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I realized that indoor air quality was actually the culprit in making me feel really sick. I ended up in this super moldy place in Mexico, and I felt worse than I'd ever felt in my life. And it took me a few months to put it together. I was like, hold on, there's a lot of mold in here, and it smells super musty. Like, I'm used to some funky smells, but this is next level. So I kind of put it together and finally realized, like, when I started controlling for air quality, my symptoms really fluctuated, like for the better when I was in a place with less funky smells. So I kind of went down the whole rabbit hole of trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this. And I came across some literature. There's actually quite a lot of literature out there, published research on how mold and indoor air quality, especially mold and certain bacterial toxins, can cause innate inflammation in certain genetically predisposed individuals. So I went through a whole gamut of testing. I realized I'm one of those people that gets quite easily affected by this stuff. And I was like, the penny dropped, the light bulb went off. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the missing link that I've been looking for all of my life. So I have, for the last 3 years, I've been kind of running around trying to figure out the air quality piece. It turns out that most indoor spaces are actually really unhealthy for me. Like the majority of houses and buildings make me sick. So in the past I just kind of ignored funky smells, but now that I realize that that's a problem, I'm like, how do I even avoid this? I've been trying to find indoor spaces for living and for working, and I've made some mistakes along the way, and it's been costly and stressful, to be honest. But at the same time, I'm so grateful for the insight, because now I have the lever that I need to pull to actually have some real healing in my life. And I've been healing a lot in the last 3 years, so I'm super grateful for it. And being here in this incredible place with this incredible air has been a total blessing. That being said, it hasn't been without its challenges. I'm kind of a city girl. I came over from Vancouver. Now I'm in the sticks of Manitoba, and I'm living in a tent. And the house that's on the property isn't really ideal for me. So Steve and I are embarking on a journey to build a great house, like a sustainable, a healthy, a grounded, a rooted, a sturdy house that's actually going to be conducive to my health and to everyone's health, really. This kind of construction, it's called rammed earth construction that we're going to be doing, really solves a lot of the issues. With modern building, we use a method called stick frame construction. And it's really quick to get up, and a lot of the systems are ironed out on how to do it quickly and cheaply. But the problem is there's not a lot of insight into how to do it healthily. So we use materials that are very prone to getting moldy. If we don't follow building science principles to a T, which most of the time we don't, we end up with moisture accumulation and mold. And the materials we use also off-gas a lot of VOCs a lot of the time. And then we make the indoor structures also more airtight in an aim for energy efficiency, and we end up with a lot of concentration of toxic stuff in the indoor air. And that's really bad for everyone, really, but there's certain people that just are a little more sensitive to that than others. And I'm one of those, and I'm sure some of you that are watching are those people as well. So hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. We're going to be documenting a lot of the stuff that we're up to here in our aim to create a healthy, sustainable, grounded living. But the first project is going to be this rammed earth house, and we want to share that journey with you, share what we're doing. The rammed earth construction really addresses a lot of the issues with light frame construction. It's not really prone to getting moldy. It's got a lot of thermal mass, so it's quite energy efficient. No VOCs, there's nothing to off gas, because really it's just earth. We use a little bit of stabilization just to meet building codes, and some additional insulation just because it gets quite cold in Manitoba. It's really natural materials that create a healthy indoor environment. Not to mention it's beautiful. Like rammed earth construction, it looks gorgeous. There are these layers in the walls, and you create this absolutely sturdy, beautiful structure that's just a pleasure to live in. So I'm super excited about this project. We're going to share everything as we go along. Hopefully this will make this kind of building more accessible to you as well. We're going to be doing the work mostly ourselves. Now, I've got some building science knowledge. I've been reading up about moisture management in building. And Steve, my partner, has a lot of practical hands-on knowledge. He's done a lot of construction himself in the past. He's built houses in the past. So combined, we're going to bring you information on how you could implement this kind of a build into your life, be that on your own if you're really hands-on like we are, or with some hired help, but just understanding the process so that you can be more empowered to create an indoor living space that's healthy for you and that's sustainable and that's energy efficient, all of those things. So yeah, come along with us, follow our journey, hit subscribe. We're going to be happy to have you along with us on this journey. So come on with.